Welcome to Module 3.2, Monitoring Timelines. This project, Community-Led Designs for Specialized Housing in the North, received funding from the Housing Supply Challenge Getting Started Round. However, the views expressed are the personal views of the author, and CMHC accepts no responsibility for them. We would like to acknowledge that this course is being offered in partnership with the Faculty of Community Services at Toronto Metropolitan University, as well as WASA Distance Education Centre. By the end of Module 3.2, you will be able to answer the following questions. What is the role of a project manager in monitoring timelines in the construction phase? What are common tools and approaches used by project managers to visualize and monitor project timelines during construction? And why is it important to monitor project timelines during construction? In planning and pre-construction, a schedule needs to be created to plan for workflow and meeting the project deadline before construction can begin. This module provides an overview of how to use the schedule to keep track of progress during construction. By monitoring timelines during the construction phase using the project schedule that was previously created, it is possible to track whether work is being completed on time and within the budget. This allows the project manager to identify problems early and try to resolve them before they impact the project's budget or timeline. During the construction phase, all members of the project team, including contractors, subcontractors, and day laborers, are responsible for completing their specific part of the project on time and on budget. The project manager is responsible for consistently monitoring project timelines and comparing the current construction status against a schedule baseline, meaning the plan for scheduling that was developed during the planning and pre-construction phase. A key responsibility of the project manager is keeping track of tasks that are on the critical path. The timing of these tasks is especially important because if they run behind, they hold up other tasks and can have a large impact on the project timeline as well as the project budget. Specific tasks that are completed by the project manager may include scheduling regular meetings with the project team to discuss the current project status, reviewing daily construction logs or weekly progress reports, maintaining files, reports, or software that tracks project progress and timelines, and preparing update reports for project leadership. The project schedule and associated reporting act as both a quality assurance tool to make sure the project stays on time and a communication tool to routinely update leadership on project progress during the construction phase. There are many scheduling softwares across a variety of price ranges available to help track project progress. However, it is also possible to use any spreadsheet software, including Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets, or any program that allows you to create and update drawings or diagrams to track progress. Compared to using project management software, using a spreadsheet typically requires paying closer attention to how updates occur and what impact schedule delays might have. However, any of these methods can create a simple and effective visual representation of project progress. A recommended visual format is a bar or Gantt chart. This can help the project manager track project progress and provide clear updates to community leadership, funders, or community members. Bar or Gantt charts are a common way to visually represent and track project progress against the initial schedule. Here we have a Gantt chart showing scheduling. By drawing connections between activities whose start or completion depend on one another, a Gantt chart can be used to draw and keep track of the critical path. For example, once the framing of the exterior walls is complete, the framing of the roof can begin. and so on and so forth. The chart can be used to visualize project progress and clearly communicate progress in project updates or reports to project leadership. Other information included in progress updates may include the quantity of time left for a task to be completed, the percentage of a task that is completed compared to time, and the quantity of work units constructed. For example, number of houses built in a project to construct 10 houses. These details can be added in a bar or Gantt chart to create a diagram that shows a complete overview of project progress. Remember, the project manager should maintain a high-level picture of the project timeline and avoid getting stuck on minor day-to-day construction details or challenges that are out of the scope for progress updates and their role. Ideally, the construction process aligns with planned scheduling, and there are very minor changes required for specific tasks that may occur quicker or slightly slower than anticipated. In reality, modifications to project schedules and plans are often required. If a contractor or subcontractor anticipates that there will be a significant change to task timelines as a result of unexpected challenges, such as poor weather conditions or supply chain issues, changes should be mediated through a formal time extension request or contract amendment. The project manager is responsible for working with the contractors and subcontractors to update the schedule in response to changes. Although sometimes inevitable, delays to tasks on the critical path should be avoided whenever possible, as they are likely to impact the overall project timeline. Extensions to the overall project timeline can have major negative impacts on the project. Some examples could include having to wait until the following spring or summer to complete construction, which means extra costs for material storage over the winter, potentially increased costs of materials due to inflation, and housing being available for community members later than anticipated. Not meeting funder deadlines and requiring amendments to funding agreements, or, in the worst case, having funding agreements canceled. On the other hand, when tasks are completed sooner than expected, it can lead to making up time or getting ahead of schedule, which might help soften the impact of future delays. Changes to timelines can affect project costs and jeopardize the ability to meet the project goals. By consistently and formally monitoring project timelines during the construction phase, project managers can increase control over a project and minimize risk. This will ensure the projects have the best chance of being completed on time, within budget, and in alignment with project goals and quality standards.